Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. A lot of you guys wanted me to start a story channel, so I did. Yesterday, I uploaded a video, how I got robbed at gunpoint. The link will be in the description below. And also, today, I'm going to be uploading a video in which I talk about how I got jumped over winning money over a basketball game. So if you guys want to go check that out, the link will be in the description below to that channel. What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So, are you guys convinced now? Did I convince you guys now that LeBron James, or did his performance, or just his team right now, is he convincing you guys that he's still the MVP? That he's still the most valuable player? Listen, in the beginning of the season, people were saying Kyrie Irving was going to be the MVP. Here's the thing that most people don't understand. Yes, Kyrie Irving can put up a better point per game. It's probably not going to happen because LeBron is still LeBron. But yes, it's possible, right? But just because you average more points, that doesn't mean you're more valuable to the team. For example, just because Stephen Curry averaged 30 points per game last year when they went 73 and 9, that doesn't mean that Draymond Green wasn't more valuable than Stephen Curry. You know, that doesn't mean Klay Thompson wasn't more valuable than Stephen Curry. I actually said Klay Thompson is the most valuable player on that team. The thing about it is LeBron James impacts the game on every single... I had some guy, I'm not going to say his name, but some guy tried to compare LeBron and Draymond Green, and he took the L. Like, what the hell, dude? You can't even compare them. You know, it's crazy. He was saying, like, in terms of rebounding, oh, Draymond's a better rebounder. LeBron's only averaging 9 because, you know, he's getting luck. What? LeBron has Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson on his team, and he's still averaging 9 rebounds per game, where Draymond Green is their primary rebounder. You know, like, I can't sometimes, man. But anyway, so with LeBron James, he impacts the game on every single level. Passing, rebounding, being the floor general, creating plays, playing off the ball, playing on the ball, facilitating, telling people where they need to go, telling people where they can't be, organizing the offense, organizing the defense, recognizing switches, switching before the ball plays, a whole bunch of stuff LeBron James is responsible for. Now, when you talk about Kyrie Irving, he's their scorer. He's a scorer. And when you talk about Kevin Love, he's a scorer, a low post defender, and a rebounder, and a passer, because that dude could pass for a freaking big man. He's elite. So yeah, and this is for people that were saying Kevin Love is overrated. He is not overrated. If he were the number one option on any other team, he would be averaging what he did in Minnesota, possibly better, because that wasn't even in his prime. He could have been averaging like 30 and 15 for all we know, or at least 26 and 13 like he used to do. When you're the third option, it's not your fault that your production goes down. They had him as a spot-up shooter. That's not his fault. There's more that goes into it. But anyway, so yes, LeBron James at this moment is he's definitely going to be the most valuable player this year. No doubt about it. In my opinion, he deserved it 6 years in a row. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. He should have 6 MVPs right now. The only year he didn't deserve it was 2014 when Kevin Durant had that historic season. When he had like 50 plus straight, probably even more than that, 25 plus point games. That's crazy. I think he averaged like 32, 7, and 4 that year. He won MVP. And that year he deserved it. That's when the meme, "You the real MVP," when that came out. You know, but besides that, Derrick Rose didn't deserve it over LeBron. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Stephen Curry didn't deserve it over LeBron. Both years. I'm sorry, but there's no one as valuable as LeBron. Unless you just have a season that, you know, is just up there with LeBron's. Like, that was the only time I actually could sit there and say, when Kevin Durant had that 2014 season, like, okay, that was a crazy season. Or even in 2013 when him, LeBron, and Melo were going at it for the MVP, I was like, okay, this is what I like to see. You know? But yeah, Stephen Curry had a great season, but, you know, I don't know, man. I don't think he's as valuable as LeBron because he doesn't do as much on the floor as LeBron. You know, but even right now, with their team going 6-0, there's no doubt about it that the Cavaliers are going to have the best record in the NBA. There's no doubt about it. You know, they could lose tomorrow. Yeah, they could lose today. Whenever they play, they could lose. But I think they're going to have the best record in the NBA. I think they're going to dominate. You know, they're probably going to finish around 66 to 70 wins. I predicted that as well. And, you know, I have a question. Like, I honestly have a question for you guys. When I do these prediction videos, like, why does everyone disagree? Not everyone, but a lot of people disagree, right? And then when it turns out to be true, and I say, look, I was right, you guys, like, act like I'm showing off or something. I'm not showing off. I'm just saying what I said was correct. You know, it's like my ethos. I'm trying to build my credibility. You know? So, I was right about the Dwight Howard. I was wrong in a lot of cases, too. I didn't think Kawhi Leonard would be playing the way he is. You know, I still think he's a little overrated, but I didn't think he would be playing the way he is. You know? I was right about the Warriors. You know, I was wrong about the Thunder, but at the end of the day, they're playing garbage teams right now. They're playing like the Timberwolves and the two teams they played. They won one and they lost one. The two good teams, the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors, right? They won and they lost. But all the other teams were pretty much dog doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I think LeBron James, in terms of being close to averaging a triple-double, he's really close. He's averaging, I think right now, he's averaging, I know last night he had 25, 9, and 14. Something crazy like that. So I know he's averaging like 24 points per game. Actually, 23 points per game, 9 rebounds, and like 11 or 12 assists, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, gosh, man, this dude is averaging. First of all, he's averaging 9 rebounds. 9 freaking rebounds. With Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson on his team. Now, if that doesn't prove that he's a great rebounder, I don't know what does. You have 2 players that can average over 10 with their eyes closed. And you have Kevin Love, one of the best rebounders in the NBA. And you have Tristan Thompson, another great rebounder. Both that can average over 10. And then you have LeBron averaging 9, close to 10 still. With those 2 players on his... I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's crazy, man. This dude, he's so freaking good. It's ridiculous. And then his passing ability is out of this world. This is why... This dude is going, and by the way, last night, he passed Hakeem Olajuwon for the 10th spot on the NBA all-time scoring list. This is absolutely crazy. Even if he can no longer score, for some reason he just can't make a basket ever again in his career. He's averaging 0 points per game. He'll probably be averaging like 10 plus assists, 15 assists like John Stockton was. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And he'll probably be averaging like over 10. That's ridiculous, dude. We've never seen someone, obviously Oscar Robertson, but in the modern era, we have never seen someone play, look, how, it's crazy, man. Most people specialize in one thing, but this dude specializes in every single thing, except shooting. But he's a solid shooter. He's not awful like people say he is. If you look at his career, he's actually, in terms of percentage, I think he has a higher percentage from 3 than Kobe, and a higher percentage from the field than most players. So he's not an awful shooter. His form is, but because he leans back on his shot. But hey, who are we to say anything? If it's worked for the last 13 years. This is his 14th year in the NBA. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. I don't know, dude. It blows my mind that we have someone that can do what John Stockton was doing, do what Magic was doing, and then on top of that, score the way, you know, your T-Macs were doing, the way Kobe's were doing. You know what I mean? The way your Jordans were doing. You know what I mean? That's crazy, because if you look at most players, let's look at some of the most dominant players in the last 10 years, right? Let's exclude, no, actually, forget it. So let's say Kobe. Kobe was a scorer and a defender. He wasn't a great floor general. He wasn't a great passer, but he was a scorer and a defender, right? You look at D-Wade. D-Wade was pretty much really similar to LeBron. He could pass, he could score, he could defend, he could do everything, right? Pretty much. But his passing ability was not to the level as LeBron. So D-Wade comes close, right? But now, it's true, because before LeBron came, if you look at D-Wade's assists per game, it was around 7 assists per game before LeBron came to Miami. Then when he came to Miami, it all went down because obviously LeBron's on the team. So that's true. And then let's look at, I don't know, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a scorer and a rebounder. Carmelo, a scorer and a rebounder. Stephen Curry, a scorer. and a solid pass. He's an underrated passer. I'm not gonna lie. Now we have Russell Westbrook. He's great, but he's not a great playmaker like LeBron. He's not a great passer like LeBron. Yeah, he gets assists, but that's to be expected from someone his size. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying he's not the passer that LeBron is. So if you look at all these great players in the last 10 years, that's obviously way more. Don't think I'm leaving anyone out. But if you look at all these great players, none of them, and this is coming from me, a Carmelo Anthony fan, none of them even come close to LeBron's level of play, which is absolutely scary. That's scary. And the scary thing is he's never had a team with young players in their prime, star players, or at least good players, in their prime. I mean, yeah, he had Bosh. I understand that, but you have to also understand D-Wade was out of his prime, especially in those 4 years in Miami. D-Wade going through awful knee problems. If D-Wade were the D-Wade right now, today, playing with LeBron, I think they would have won all 4. Well, actually 3, because D-Wade dominated in 2011 finals, but they played awful, right? Or if they would have at least put Bosh as the second option, so Bosh could average around 20 and D-Wade would be the third option, I think they would have won 3 in a row. But I'm not blaming D-Wade. I'm just saying, if you look at the finals, D-Wade and Bosh played awful in 2014. LeBron played great. You know, LeBron shot like 60% from the field, 50% from 3, with one of the quote-unquote best defenders of all time on him. But, you know, that's none of my business. Anyway, guys, I don't know, man. LeBron is just, I don't know, dude. I grew up, you guys don't know this, but I grew up, before I was this mellow fanboy and things like this, that was me with LeBron. Like, and I'm still like that with LeBron. I just don't really show it as much because I'm a New York Knicks fan, but LeBron's still like my favorite player ever, you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. LeBron, Melo, D-Wade, and Bosh, all of them, right? But you know, like LeBron, like before Melo, LeBron was my dude, man. Like I was a Knicks fan, but growing up, I was a Cleveland Cavalier fan. I used to watch every single game on League Pass. I had Cleveland Cavalier cups, Cleveland Cavalier shirts, headbands. You know, it's crazy. Shorts, sneakers, LeBron sneakers, socks, everything. You know, and then, you know, LeBron went to Miami. I became a Miami fan. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's just the way it was. And then Melo came, and I was like, oh, yep, we got one of the world's best players ever. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's been Steve. Peace.